Hello! This time in our course, Oral Communication in Context, we will be discussing lessons, which are, first, we have definitions of communication, its process, and the models of communication. Now, let's proceed to the third one, which is the models of communication. So, the way how we communicate with people is not happening with we just talk about. Not all the communication taking place in everywhere is happening that way, because chances are there are times that we are not just communicating with one person. So for us to dig deeper for the understanding on the models of communication, let us talk about it one by one. So first we have the source, message, channel, receiver model of communication, or in the other hand, it is also called the mathematical theory of communication. So it is introduced to us by Shannon Weaver. So Shannon is a mathematician and Weaver is a scientist. So they introduced this model to us on 1948. So this is the diagram. So we have source, message, channel, and receiver. So this is linear because it lacks feedback. So SMCR, or the source, message, channel, receiver, is used for technical communication before, and this served as the springboard in the study of communication. So next, we also have Schramm's model. It is introduced to us by Wilbur Schramm, and he is known to be as the father of the study of communication. So this is his diagram. So in this model of communication, Schramm put an emphasis on the interpersonal communication, wherein he mentioned that each participants have the field of experience, and that field of experience will be the basis of understanding of the participants, understanding the meaning of the message of the participants. So we have here the encoder, interpreter, and decoder. So this one will send a message. So we have here the message to be received by decoder, on where the same we have the interpreter and then the encoder, and it will provide a message and it will turn. So in here, the field of experience plays a great role in the information received by participants. Okay, just like for an instance, in here, in his model of communication, it is like when there are people talking about acceptance of religion, and they are talking about the doctrines of one. So there's a chance that a participant, one of each, the encoder or the decoder, will not accept the information that is shared because that is against their doctrine. So that's how the Schramm's model is occurring. And then we also have Laswell's model. So in here, it is composed of 5 variables, which are the building blocks in communication. So we have here, this is the diagram composed of communicator, message, medium, receiver, and effect. Here in Laswell's model, he introduced key to understanding in the communication. So we have here the key to understand. So first is we have the control analysis, and then we have content analysis, channel data analysis, and the audience analysis, and lastly we have the effect analysis. Let us talk about this one by one. So in the control analysis, this is the study on where it talks about the guide to the communication. And then the content analysis is the study on the message, and the channel data analysis is on the travel of information, and audience analysis is the research made followers of the media, And the effect analysis is the study on the impact of message or impact of the information. Next is we have the updated model, Shannon's communication process. So this time, Shannon introduced this model himself alone. So Shannon is said to be the father of the information theory. And since many of models of communication is existing, this updated model of him shows the scaled down model of reality. So the updated model of Shannon shows the scaled down model of reality. So this is the diagram. This is the diagram of the updated model of Shannon's communication process. So here are the components of the diagram. So we have the source, message, transmitter, signal, channel, noise, receiver, and destination. So in here, first component, which is the source, it talks about where the message is coming from. So this is about the sender. And then we have the message. So the message is the idea being processed by the sender or the source. And then third is the transmitter. So the component here talks about the material or instrument used in order to relay the message. If it is face-to-face, it is giving us two layers of transmitter. So first is you through the use of your mouth or the language, and then the other layer is through the use of body language. And another component is signal. So this is what is undergoing the channel or what is passing through the channel. And the channel, this is the way on how message will directly go to the receiver. So while the message is traveling through the channel, there we have noise. So what about this noise? Noise are the things that prevents the message to successfully receive by the human receiver. And then we have here the receiver. So receiver here in this Shannon's communication model is our senses, the ears, okay? And then lastly, the destination is the human receiver. So these are the models of communication. There are a lot of communication existing, but we have just discussed the main ones. So if you're going to conduct a research or inquiry more on models of communication, you will locate a lot. Effective use of communication techniques is needed not only in people's social life but also in the entire societies, which depends on effective and fruitful exchange of ideas for knowledge, social cooperation, and understanding. Bear in your mind that in order to be a good communicator, you must also be an active listener, because communication shows improved awareness, wherein its direction is the totality of better human relations. For now, that's about it. Thank you.